then I think all we got to do is go back to Q0 and go forward again. So we replaced 1, we replaced 2, and then here's replacing the third one. But this time we're going to go to the right and then continue on. If we reach a state, I'm going to drag these over a little bit. There we go. And if we reach null, the end of the tape, we'll just stop, and this is going to be our acceptance state. Fine. All right, so this just does the first one of the 2 requirements for this problem. If you find 3 A's, it turns it into 3 B's and then goes on. Now we have to go back, and we could test this, but I'm pretty sure this is right. So now what we're going to do is look at the other option, and that is if we find 3 C's in a row. So to do that, we're actually going to change these rules. Okay, and we're going to make a new state, and that's going to be 1 C in a row. All right. So we'll come over here. If we get 1 C in a row, we're still going to go to the right. If we find a B, we'll go back. But where do we go if we find an A?
Q1.
Q1 is correct. So from Q6, if we find an A, we're going to go there. Okay. If we're in Q6 and we find a second C, we'll do this guy. C, right? And then again, if we find an A, we'll go back to Q1. And if we find a B, we'll go back to the initial state, Q0. Let me move these around a little bit. How about if I stuck them down there and then put this up here? I like them when they don't overlap. That's actually, there's a name for that. It's called a planar graph. When you don't have any crosses, the edges don't cross over. All right, so now let's see. If we find a third C, it says if you find CCC, then all BBB substrings are going to be rewritten. Okay, well, if we find it, it has to be the first one, because you're not going to skip over CCC and then decide arbitrarily later to do something. So we know that if we have found a third C in a row, so let's see here, here's 1 C in a row, 2 C's in a row, this is going to be our third C in a row. So what we're going to do is going to read a C, and we're going to actually change it to an A. And we're going to go left. And then we're going to read the next C and change it to a B. C, sorry, not X, C, B, and we're going to go left again. And then we're going to do the last C. And we're going to put in an A and go to the right. At this point, it's almost as if, okay, we found 1 C in a row, we found 2 C's in a row, we found 3 C's in a row. There might be more of them down there, but we don't know yet. So we're going to back up, take care of that first 3, and then we're going to go all the way to the end and replace them all with ABA. Now I think at this point, I think we really only, it will work if we just go back to Q0. and let it handle it as it finds them. So let's change this from Q10 to Q0. CAR. C A right. Pull this down here. Move him up a little bit.
Don't you need to take care of the situation where you're getting A's and then you find a C?
Yeah, there's some other things. This one here, let's see, where are we? Here's 1 C in a row, 2 C's in a row. If we find 3 C's in a row, that's Q8. Now, what is the one you want to take care of?
Well, like if you're getting, if you get 1 C and then you get an A, right? You go to Q1, correct? But if you get 1 A and then you get a C, you don't have a rule for that.
That's correct. We have to add that in there. So let's see here. If we find an A and then we find a C. So here's Q1 is 1 A in a row.
Q6 is 1 C. Right?
So we have to go to Q6, right? Whoops. So that's CR.
You would need it at Q2, Q3. Is that right?
Well, let's see. Q2. How do we get to Q2? If we find, here's 1 A in a row, here's 2 A's in a row, we need to go from Q2 to Q6 if we find a C, right? And that would be the 1 C in a row. All right, now how the hell are we going to do this? Let's drag stuff around. Almost got it. Can't quite make a planar graph out of it. Darn. Oh well. All right, so let's see here. 1 A in a row. If we find a C, we got it covered. If we find 2 A's in a row, we find a C, we got it covered. But 3 A's in a row, we got to do some other stuff. If we find B's, we don't care. I think that's it. So let's test it.
I think at 2 C's you don't need to.
2
No,
C's.
you got it.
If here's 2 C's, right?
Yeah.
If we find an A, we go here. We find a B, we go there. I think we're okay. All right, so let's do A, B, C, A, B, C. And then let's do, what was it, 3 A's in a row. And A, B, C, A, B, C. Then let's do 3 C's in a row, A, B, C, A, B, C. All right, so one, 2, 3, back up, back up, back up, forward, forward. 1, 2, 3, back up, back up. Where did we fail? Oh, because we have no way to get to, we can't get to the acceptance state if our last character is a B or a C, or an A or a C, right? So we have to add those, but that's all.